I had been waiting for this to be animated for a while, and in this season we finally got to see it, along with Anya earning another Tonitrus Bolt and Yor meeting Melinda Desmond, Damian's mother. The episode started with the Forger family enjoying a day at a carnival until Bond, their pet dog, had a terrifying vision. An excavator was about to attack the carnival grounds, hunting the people. Anya, reading Bond's mind, quickly figured out the threat was an angry, overworked construction worker who had been forced to work overtime at a nearby site. Anya wanted to stop him, but she could not let anyone know that she could read minds, so she made the excuse of going home to study. Basically, using her innocent manipulation and tricking Loid and Yor into heading toward the construction site. They arrived just as the worker finally snapped. Loid managed to stop the construction worker's rampage by using another excavator, while Yor saved a nearby old man. While the day was saved, there was no one to save Anya from homework and Yor's dangerous cooking.
せっかく平和のピンチ救ったのに今度はアーニャの平和がピンチ。
The episode then swiftly shifted focus to Fiona Frost, who was assigned a very critical mission to get fake Ostanian trade documents for strawberries and export them to Westalis for the trade minister's son's birthday party. To assist her, Loid gave her the contact for Frankie, the informant, who knew a document forger known as Mr. Quill. So they went to meet him at a high-energy disco, dressed in disguise, though the disguise was not doing much as everyone there already knew Frankie. When they met Quill, he initially refused their request. But just as they were leaving, Fiona noticed SSS agents closing in on them. A chase began and Fiona stepped in to protect Mr. Quill from the agents, and they successfully helped him escape them. Later, as a thanks, he assisted them, and she received the fake documents from Frankie, who wondered aloud if Fiona had intentionally set up the SSS encounter to pressure Mr. Quill into agreeing to her terms. There are high chances that she actually did that. Regardless, Frankie vowed he would never work with her again or he would lose all his friends. The focus returned to Eden Academy, where everyone was talking about Tonitrus Bolts. Damian's friends were putting him under pressure without realizing it. Then one of the students came rushing to them and we were introduced to Donna Schlag, a disciplinary teacher known for punishing students with the Tonitrus Bolts for even minor infractions. Damian panicked because he had forgotten to bring a handkerchief, which was super important as a student once forgot it and ended up being a delinquent. Seeing his distress, Anya read his mind, realizing her plan was at risk. She bravely gave him her handkerchief, only to realize she had forgotten to pack her spare one, resulting in Schlag giving Anya a second Tonitrus Bolt. Damian tried to save her, but Anya stopped him, or else both of them could have gotten one.
お前それは
トニット。
This news hit Loid hard, causing him to instantly faint. While unconscious, he was pulled into his past memories. The first time we saw the true origin of Twilight, years before he took the name Loid Forger. He was a young, happy boy in a Westalian town who loved playing soldier with his friends.
少年の名はコードネーム参謀
Though we still don't know his real name, it was heartwarming seeing him like that. But when he got home, we saw that his father disapproved of his dreams of joining the military, believing that his son was too ignorant in his view of Ostanians as evil monsters. Another day, despite rising tensions, adults assured him and his friends that war was unlikely to happen. But his friend teased him that even if it did happen, he could not enlist because he did not have the proper soldier kit. So Loid lied to get the money as his father left for work. It was probably the first lie he had ever told, which is why he kept feeling guilty about it. That day he didn't even play with his friends. After having spoken to a kind croquette seller with Ostanian relatives, Loid planned to work at her shop and pay back his father, telling him the truth. But before he could, their army launched a surprise attack on Westalis. Loid was caught in the brutal blast of explosion. Fortunately, his helmet saved him, but he fainted. When he woke up, he saw his town in ruins and survivors desperately escaping. His mother found him and they moved to his uncle's house for safety. But after some time, that was bombed too, and his mother was tragically killed as well. With both his parents gone, he grew up living like a street rat. Then teenage Loid, consumed by grief and a thirst for revenge, joined the Westalis army. He used another person's identity and lied about his age to enlist. While on patrol, he encountered Frankie, who at the time was an Ostanian soldier who had just deserted.
一度も女と付き合ったことないもん死んでたまるか
Frankie explained to him that he left because he believed the war was started by the country's leaders, who had lied to their people about who started the conflict. Loid had lost everything, and so had Frankie. He thought about what his father had told him, and he nearly shot him, but instead, they were attacked by Ostanian soldiers chasing Frankie. However, the two managed to escape. Due to the injuries Loid sustained, he was transferred to logistics, where he found that his childhood friends were still alive. He teared up seeing them and wished to spend some time with them. This joy, though, was brutally short-lived as his friend's unit was killed during a poorly planned campaign. He became completely disillusioned, realizing that the war and the deaths of countless people could have been prevented if more accurate information had been available.
無知とはなんて無力でなんて悪
This shift in his perspective and his desire to prevent such tragedies caught the attention of WISE, a military intelligence organization who wanted to recruit him as a spy, making him the agent we now know as Twilight. When asked what he was doing it for, he lied, saying nothing particular. But we know the truth. He's doing everything to keep the world peaceful so that no child has to suffer anymore like he did. He met the handler who told him to be prepared for the harsh training, causing him to finally wake up from his faint. Anya comforted him, knowing that he had a bad dream. Upon learning she got the Tonitrus Bolt while defending Damian, he praised her, asking her to cherish her friends. The episode ended with them cooking and eating together, making it one of the best episodes out there. In the fourth episode, we were introduced to Jonas Wellman, a popular Ostanian opera singer, scheduled for a musical tour in Westalis to improve relations. However, he was suddenly slandered by publications, which accused him of random things. Sylvia Sherwood, aka Handler, criticized a rookie agent for immediately believing those stories. Despite the retractions, Wise took a death threat against Wellman seriously. Sylvia and her team successfully stopped a disgruntled ex-Ostanian soldier from carrying out the assassination. With the immediate threat neutralized, the rookie hoped to attend Wellman's concert, only to learn that he was defecting to the West after being caught cheating with the wife of an angry mafia boss. Sylvia reminded the rookie to always think with his head, as anyone can be deceptive.
自分の頭で考え続けろ。
Following this, we saw Anya waiting for the late school bus. Henderson offered her a deal, help him carry books to his office in exchange for snacks. During their walk, he encouraged her, telling her that many students who received the bolts later became imperial scholars, though she didn't understand a single word he said. They reached the office, he gave her the sweets, and she left instantly.
教育難しい
At home, she noticed how hard her parents were working, so she was newly inspired to study and asked Loid to teach her, which immediately caused him to faint again, fearing she had earned a third bolt. In the next episode, Yor headed to a high-class department store to buy snacks for Anya. While she was filled with anxiety about not knowing how to be normal, she used her assassin skills to save a rich woman named Melinda from falling down the stairs, along with her treats. Impressed by her grace, Melinda invited her to join a game of volleyball, which was a little bit of a disaster. While having lunch, Melinda learned Yor was Anya's stepmother and revealed that she was Melinda Desmond, Damian's mother and the wife of Donovan Desmond, the former prime minister and leader of the National Unity Party. Yor attempted to apologize for Anya punching Damian, but Melinda insisted they drop the subject, saying it's kids just being kids. Given her attempts to learn how to be a proper wife and mother and her complete unfamiliarity with the Desmond family, Melinda genuinely befriended befriended her and invited her to continue socializing with them. On their way, Melinda talked about how Damian was enjoying his school life, and Yor mentioned that Anya talked about him too. Melinda made a weird face, saying she hoped they could continue being friends. Loid, learning of Yor's success, immediately saw this as a major breakthrough. He planned to use her relationship with Melinda to get closer to Donovan, making this a plan C in case Anya failed. Anya thought that this was a threat to her because if that plan succeeded, she would be thrown in trash. She thought and thought about how she could get closer to Damian and then went to bed. At school, Becky gave her a plan to get closer to him in the shortest time. It was an ancient technique used in rom-coms. Obviously, Anya added her unique twist, and though Damian saw past it, it still ended up like this. The sixth episode started with another day at school. Anya asked Damian for the sweets he never promised. She gave it her best effort to get closer to him and meet the final boss. In return, he got all flustered, while Becky probably already saw them as a couple. Then in the next scene, Loid attempted to gather more information on Melinda and her inner circle by working at his usual job as a psychiatrist, but he was blocked by Gerald Gorey, the head of the medical department, who refused to assign any VIP patients to Loid out of spite, purely due to his intense jealousy over his popularity with both patients and hospital staff, especially Fiona, whom Gorey had a crush on. In the end, all of his attempts to publicly humiliate Loid backfired, leading him to contact the SSS, framing Loid as a spy. But Loid had already anticipated this would happen. Frankie and Fiona hacked his phone and arrived disguised as SSS agents. Arresting him instead for corruption, they cited the fact that the fake evidence he planted was written with his typewriter instead of Loid's, who pretended to defend Gorey, pleading with the agents to let him go, which they did, leading to Loid winning his complete gratitude and respect. In the next scene, the SSS learned that Billy Squire, one of the leaders of the Red Circus terrorist group, had returned to Ostania with his comrades. Then we saw the Eden's College elementary students on a field trip to the museum. Anya planned to use the same trick as Loid. However, like always, it didn't work out. Damian wanted to give her a snack and call it even, but instead, his friends shared the snacks among themselves. Then, with the driver's help, their bus, along with a second bus, was hijacked by Billy and the Red Circus. We will be seeing this complete arc in the next episodes.